What's up, Champions fam? It's Zeke 4-0, back with a brand new WWE Champions video. Now, the new year is officially underway, and we are now in the midst of January 2021's Road to Fame MLC, and it's all about the Hall of Fame subcategory of champions, a very rare group of units to come across. Many players in the past had to spend boatloads of disposable income just to get one of these characters, let alone multiples. But last month, during December 2020's What a Year MLC, we got a guaranteed shot at Hall of Fame technician Nikki Bella. Plus, we also have multiple opportunities to also pick up Hall of Fame showboat Brie Bella and Hall of Fame technician Eddie Guerrero. Now, within this month-long contest, we have a guaranteed absolutely free-to-play unit in Hall of Fame trickster Roddy Piper, and the chase champion of the month is none other than Hall of Fame striker Wendy Richter. Both very solid units and fulfilled their duties with ease. Nonetheless, though, we also got some content to look forward to every passing week. Aside from blitzes, we got showdown tournaments and faction feuds. And with each passing week, we get a brand new mega superstar that enters the fray. And let's be real, we do not know who these characters are going to be just yet. So this is the perfect opportunity to have a discussion video. Let's chop it up. Let's throw some names around and see what ends up sticking. Now, I got a list of superstars who all came to my mind as soon as I had a proper moment to just sit back and think, who are the mega superstars going to be of this MLC? And it's a big one. Now, some of these you might agree with, you might be looking forward to, others not so much. And hey, who's to say just because I make this list, any of these characters are going to even show up? They could easily have a Hall of Fame themed MLC, and then we get a bunch of brand new modern era mega superstars. They've proven that, okay? They can mix it up. They can mix and match. But if we are sticking to the Hall of Fame theme, it would be cool to see certain units pop up possibly this month. And if they don't show up now, maybe later on down the road. And I'm not giving Scopely any ideas here to make money. They got plenty of those on their side already. I'm just saying, a lot of players within the community love that feel of nostalgia, that character that takes you back to your childhood. So why not just have a video where I just run down some names of some characters that I would be intrigued to see in the game? I'm not covering their class or anything, but to see them in the game, though, and see what their trainer or coaching abilities would possibly be, or what their gameplay would end up looking like, that's what it's all about here. So if you agree with me, by all means, let me know in the comments below. If you disagree with some of these names, in the comments below, let me know. And if you got any ideas of some cool Hall of Fame units that we could possibly see, hopefully in the future, drop those within the comments below. This is just a discussion video, and so we're just going to dive on in. I'm going to run down some names. First and foremost, as a possibility for a mega superstar, it would be only right in my mind that we get the very first ever Hall of Fame inductee, Andre the Giant. Andre definitely, I feel, should be in the game at some point in time. Andre the Giant would definitely be cool. But following that is a character that I feel there might be some issues getting into the game. But if I did see him, I could see people going all in for him. And that is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And then we got another character. Woo! Ric Flair. Ric Flair has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. We know the match. HBK versus Ric Flair, huge send-off. Shawn mouthing the words, "I love you," before he hit that sweet chin music, got the 1, 2, 3. You know, he came in and he went out the same way he did on his back. Ric Flair did what was best for business on that. Now, here's one that would definitely make sense, and I think a lot of people would also bite the bullet for. Randy Savage. Oh yeah, the Macho Man. The Hall of Fame look. I think people would go a little crazy. Buddy Rogers. Straight up, you wouldn't have Ric Flair if there was no Buddy Rogers. Inspiration there. Ricky Steamboat, the Dragon. A lot of you are noticing some of these characters are already in the game within the Legend era category, but they could easily double as Hall of Fame units. There's no getting around that. I think before they truly christened the Hall of Fame category, the subcategory of Hall of Fame, I think a lot of units were just meant to be in the legend era category, but then they made the subcategory of Hall of Fame, and here we are. So a lot of characters that are already legends that got the legend tag within the game could easily also double as Hall of Fame units later on down the road. Following that, Bob Backlund. We got his bow tie. We have his bow tie in the game, but where is he at? One of the most technical wrestlers ever. We got to get Bob, one way or the other. And the one thing I also want to state here is this, too. Even though these characters, some of them might be in the game, some of them might not, and this is discussing them as Hall of Fame characters, this opens up the opportunity for these characters to also come in and represent other era categories, too. So don't get it twisted. Diesel beat Bob Backlund for the title. We could easily get a new gen Bob Backlund. So also keep that in mind here. Following Bob Backlund, Jesse the Body Ventura. Vince McMahon's old commentator, buddy and pal. He was a wrestler before he went into politics. I think it would be cool here. Big Cat Ernie Ladd, legend. Legend had a successful football career before everything, before getting in the ring. Multiple the NWA title wins there. Before Vince bought up all those territories, you know what I'm saying? He acquired some talent by, paying the check. He cut the check. Ernie Ladd was definitely a solid talent back in the day. Antonio Enoki. This is a guy that literally helped build the bridge between international wrestling. You got to think about things here. We got wrestling going on over in Japan. You know what I mean? We got wrestling over there. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Enoki was a part of that. He played a solid hand in that. One of the best wrestlers in his own right. Why not have him in the game? Be a unique situation there. Now, this is a controversial one. Superstar Billy Graham. Woo! Billy. Oh my God. The physique. When he won the title, people went nuts. Charismatic. Crazy outfits and gear. Flamboyant, but could whoop you up and down like it was nothing. Superstar Billy Graham would be a solid Hall of Fame unit for sure. And again, like I said earlier, you could easily double up and have a Billy Graham that was within the legend era category and have a subcategory Hall of Fame Billy Graham superstar. The King Harley Race. The guy that put over Ric Flair. One of the toughest men within the business. Easily could be a legend. Easily could be Hall of Fame. Give him his flowers. Give him his due. I would be all in for that for sure. Pedro Morales, another solid wrestler, another solid champion. Bobo Brazil, bringing some history into the business, bringing some history to the game. We need some more love. We need equal opportunity for all wrestlers, male or female. We need this, expansion. Giving a broader selection of superstars overall. Because this is a pay to play, pay to win game anyway. So why not throw out some historical names, some names that literally laid down the blueprint for many great wrestlers to come. Guerrilla Monsoon. Yeah, before he was on commentary, before he was running the show, before Vince took over, you know what I mean? Him and Bobby the Brain Heenan going back and forth. Monsoon was a man in the ring. He was getting the job done. So why not have him get the job done one more time in WWE Champions? Killer Kowalski, the trainer of the game. Triple H. Maybe it's his time to play, right? Tito Santana. Another top-notch wrestler. Fan favorite. And no lie, weirdly enough, back in the day, Tito Santana kind of looked like Randy Orton. I'm not gonna lie. Now I don't have his name on here, but because I mentioned Randy Orton, Cowboy Bob Orton. That's him and that cast. Before Undertaker ABA was using that cast to wreck people like Brock Lesnar. Next big thing, you had Cowboy Orton, one of the dirtiest players in the game, doing it. So why not have him there? Pat Patterson, rest in paradise, my boy, the first ever Intercontinental Champion, the creator of the Royal Rumble match. Why not have him in the game as a Hall of Fame character? It would make sense there too. Now, this is where we start to get a little interesting with these characters because, once again, I have to state it. These characters could easily be released as Hall of Fame subcategory characters, and later on down the road, they could be introduced as their respective era category of variations. So you can have everything covered. If you don't want the bronze, the silver, gold statue of somebody, you can go to the era category option. And again, move sets could be different. Trainer and coaching abilities, different tag links could be different and initiated here. Alundra Blaze or Medusa. You could easily go New Gen here. You could easily go Attitude Era. I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but it's there. It's in my mind right now because it's Alundra Blaze and Medusa. Literally one of the most famous female wrestlers and champions of all time. Whew. When she threw that title into the trash can, I felt some type of way. I was like, how could she do this? She's taking a page out of Shane Douglas's book. Ultimate Warrior. A lot of y'all love him. Warrior was crazy, man. But for the few minutes that he went within a match, everybody was hyped. Everybody was going crazy seeing this dude run up and down all over, burrowing through the honky-tonk man and all. Ultimate Warrior as a Hall of Fame character, I could easily see having people fanboying out with ease. Terry Funk. Yes, the Funk brothers, Terry and Dory, both were inducted, but let's be real, okay? A lot of older players within the community probably would go with Dory. But looking at what Terry did for the business, man, his ECW days, his hardcore matches before hardcore was hardcore, the things he and Ric Flair did, that pile driver through the table and the table didn't break, people were losing their minds. Terry Funk was that dude. I easily could see him being a Hall of Fame trickster. I still can't get over that. Oh, I didn't say, no, Rick, I think you misunderstood me. I wasn't saying that I wanted the belt or nothing. I was just saying, you know, and then all hell broke loose afterwards. Moving forward into some more familiar faces and names. Ivory, Tori Wilson. You know, let's bring back that Attitude Era vibe too while we're at it. We need more waifus, man. We got too much meat in the locker room. Too much meat slapping, if you understand what I'm saying. We need some more waifus. We need that. One way or the other. DDP. It's me, DDP. Utilized beautifully within WCW. Horribly wasted during the Alliance. But DDP Yoga is a dream. It works. So, DDP is definitely a guy that I feel, the original People's Champ, before The Rock, if you smell what I'm cooking, DDP should definitely get another variation within the game. It's a no-brainer. He's a guy that literally, like, everybody loved. Cool, innovative, charismatic. Hey, if you have to ask who was the master of the cutter, DDP or Randy Orton? Let's resolve that debate within the ring. Kevin Nash. A lot of you might be looking at me crazy about it, but Kevin Nash is inducted into the Hall of Fame solo dolo, just like his boy, the bad guy, Scott Hall. So why not have them reunited? I can easily see people already running the Outsiders, geared up Striker Hall and Nash. Wouldn't be surprised to see a tag team of Hall of Fame Nash and Hall wreaking havoc also. So there you go. Hall of Fame Shawn Michaels. Come on now. The beauty that was Undertaker versus Shawn. Come on now. Chasing the dragon. Going out on his own terms. Hall of Fame Shawn. Just like the same way the Chase Unit Showstopper Shawn went crazy ballistic and had everyone going in to recruit him and get his gear, I could easily see the same thing with Shawn. Shawn just sells. There's no way. Even with people knocking DX Army Shawn would sell. Shawn is just one of those characters that has proven that he will sell no matter what. People were happy when we got the Heartbreak Kid Shawn, let alone when the DX Army passes and stuff came out. Shawn Michaels just sells in the game. There's no way around it. So why not make a Hall of Fame Shawn? Mick Foley. And just have him as Mick Foley. Because you already got Mankind. You already got Cactus Jack. You already got Dude Love. Just have plain Mick Foley. And then to throw something in there too with him, give them all the tag link afterwards, the Many Faces of Foley. Have him have a link that where when he teams up with Mankind, Mr. Sacco, or the Deranged One, or Dude Love and Cactus Jack. Have a link between them the same way you had it for Matt Hardy. It would make sense. People would buy into it. It'd be a unique shtick. We have Lita as a Hall of Fame unit, so why not her best friend, Trish Stratus? You already had Trish as a mega superstar. You had her as a Chase champion. Why not make her a Hall of Fame unit as well? It would only be right. It would only be right there. Jeff Jarrett. Again, we could get a new gen Jeff Jarrett. We could get an Attitude Era Jeff Jarrett. Hall of Fame Jeff Jarrett. They already are on good terms again, but we'll see how things unfold. Following that, Kurt Angle. Yeah, he lost to Corbin, but Kurt Angle, he came back on good terms with WWE. He was inducted. He chugged the milk at his speech. Kurt Angle as a Hall of Fame character would be pretty cool to see. Edge too. Edge and Beth Phoenix, both, retired pretty young. Happy to see my broski Edge back. But he is a Hall of Fame inductee. He is a Hall of Fame inductee alongside Mark Henry. Mark Henry deserves some more due here. We need a Sexual Chocolate Attitude Era Mark Henry, or a Nation of Domination Mark Henry, or a Hall of Pain Mark Henry. A lot of opportunity there. Goldberg. Goldberg literally only needs the Ruthless Aggression version of him and the Hall of Fame. If they wanted to do Attitude Era with Goldberg, I believe Goldberg was initially an Attitude Era unit anyway. So you could easily put in a, undefeated streak version of Goldberg, more bulky and more intimidating and scary for Attitude Era if you wanted to. But if anything, Ruthless Aggression Powerhouse and then having a Hall of Fame version of Goldberg, that would be pretty cool. And my final three, one of them is easily a no-brainer here. People can get mad if they want to, but let's be real. Hulk Hogan. People have been calling for Hulk Hogan Hall of Fame for the longest time, and I just want y'all to understand what you're getting yourselves into. Personally, if I was going to be that guy, when I would release Hogan? Since the 5-star bronze train is already passed, and we're here now with 5-star silvers, I'd make Hulk Hogan the Hall of Fame, the very first 5-star gold champion that could be recruited within the Mega Superstar League. You want people to lose their minds and go nuts and spend money? Let every Hall of Fame, let every Hulk Hogan fanatic and Hall of Fame, worshiper know that Hall of Fame Hulk Hogan 5-star gold is going to be the latest Black Friday unit. People are going to be lining up. But following those, there has to be a dominant be-all, end-all tag team. And yes, you could easily do it for the Attitude Era. You could go about it as legends. But you can't have the tag team division without LOD, the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors. Oh, what a rush. I literally released them as a tandem. If you want to get greedy, Scopely, hey, have Hawk on one banner and Animal on the other banner. Run it like that, boo-boo. People want the Road Warriors. We've been waiting for the Road Warriors. And when they come into the game, introduce a new mechanic, the tag team finisher. More reason to take people's money, because people would love to see the Doomsday device. People would love to see other different types of combinations. You know how cool it would be if you could put Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton together again, and have a Sister Abigail RKO tag team finisher, or putting the New Day together. I'm just saying, I'm printing money for y'all. And my last one, because he was so dope, and no lie, because, man, this is going, forgive me, but you'll understand what I'm saying. I'm a huge fan of unpredictable people, and that was one of the cool things that I liked about Brody Lee, Luke Harper. Bruiser Brody, hands down, was a guy that sold out arenas. And like Andre, it was something about Andre and Brody, and Piper too. Piper, in my mind, is also one of those top guys who never got his due when it came to being the WWE champion. He literally was one of the best wrestlers that never became champion. Right up there with Mr. Perfect. Bruiser Brody would definitely be a great Hall of Fame unit. And I want to double down on certain things too for y'all to understand. A lot of these characters that I mentioned, they could all easily represent other era categories. Torrie Wilson, Ivory, Attitude Era, okay? There's multiple ways that this could be done. There's also the thing to think about here, too. Jake the Snake Roberts was inducted into the Hall of Fame. Greg the Hammer Valentine, Big John Studd, okay? The Honky Tonk Man, Rick Rude, all of these characters, Mr. Perfect as well, all of these characters in game already representing the Legend Era category, they could easily be made into Hall of Fame subcategory units too. And now that we got a free-to-play MLC champion in Hall of Fame Piper, I would like to see things changed up. I mean, look at the brand new Mega Superstar loot banners that we got going on with Hall of Fame units featured on them. Maybe they take a breath and take a step back and be like, we're not going to be running those shard, doing $100 pulls and only getting like 12 shards of a unit, or getting multiple prize wall, tokens to use. Now, obviously, if you stockpiled enough of those tokens, they did come in handy. But to see that transition from those limited time boo-boo Hall of Fame banners to actual legitimate, worthwhile Mega Superstar Hall of Fame loot banners and gotchas, I would be all in for it. But with that being said, I've held y'all too long. Discord was going crazy for a bit. But who would you like to see introduced? Now, obviously, this is a huge behind list. There's no way they're going to introduce all these characters or, any combination of these within this month-long contest. But looking at these characters, looking at some of the names I mentioned, the Road Warriors, Hulk Hogan, Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage, Ric Flair, Harley Race, Killer Kowalski, Pat Patterson, Alundra Blaze, Terry Funk, DDP, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash. These are all characters. These are all wrestlers and entertainers from the past that give a hint of nostalgia. Take you back to the golden days, the golden era of wrestling. Take you back to good times and memories. I genuinely see all these characters coming into the game and making the game better. Now, obviously, of course, RNG is RNG. Gotcha's going to gotcha, right? So, obviously, not everyone's going to be walking around with all these characters. But the cool thing about WWE Champions is this. We share a lot of characters similar. But then we get a few wrestlers on our accounts, husbando or waifu-wise, that add depth and add diversity to it. So that's the cool thing. Now, I wish the RNG was better. I wish the rates were better. Because looking at other gacha games, I could still not walk away with what I wanted or what I needed, but I'll still have an opportunity to get something good that's going to benefit my account at the end of the day. Champions is far in between on that. Either you get real lucky or you don't. But the cool thing about a wrestling gacha game that is WWE Champions is, even if you don't get the character, just knowing that they pay homage to your childhood hero, knowing that they paid homage to your favorite babyface like Steamboat, or your most devastating heel like Killer Kowalski or Terry Funk, gives you a moment to just take back and see and respect the journey of wrestling as a whole. So, with that being said, y'all, that is my video. This is my list. Who would you like to see come into the game, one way or the other? Doesn't have to be right now in this MLC. Of course, I would like to see who you would like as a Hall of Fame option, but let's be realistic here too. Maybe some of these names end up coming to fruition and they do pop up this MLC. Maybe one of them ends up being a trial champion. Maybe they don't show up at all. But sometimes when you speak things into reality, they become a reality. And I think that a lot of these characters are people that many people within the community grew up on, either love the boo or love to cheer. And this is a good introduction to some characters that maybe, younger players, younger fans of wrestling could end up getting some homework on and learning about. And, wrestling's a time capsule. That's the cool thing about it. You could have people that are young that end up being fanatics of, the new gen era, or back when, like, the golden era, the golden age of wrestling with Andre and Hogan and Steamboat and Flair. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to bring people together, factions together, a community together. So with that being said, y'all, didn't mean to hold y'all that long covering this list, but let's chop it up, because you already know. Hey, yo, bad times don't last, what champions do. Mad love always and forevermore to each and every single one of you, of my beloved #champions fam. Leave a like. Please share if you feel up to it. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and support yours truly, the bad guy at WWE champion, Zeke 4-0, and take it a step further by hitting the bell icon so you receive all future notifications from this channel. But let's chop it up in the comments below. Do you agree with some of the names that I've put here that could be possible mega superstar champions in this month-long contest, or maybe popping up later on down the road? If you disagree, let me know in the comments below. And if there are other wrestlers that I missed here that you would like to see get the Hall of Fame look, or just to see in the game in general, by all means, let's chop it up. Because like I said, a lot of these characters could easily double up as, different era category representatives, different classes, so on and so forth. And think about it too. A lot of the legends that are already in the game could easily become Hall of Fame units, just like Junkyard Dog, Stud, Valentine, Rhodes. There's a lot of gold here. There's a lot of solid opportunities here to give some solid reworks and solid builds to characters that are already in the game, and maybe they just don't hit that spot. And then you see the Hall of Fame version. You see that gameplay from the Broskis, thanks to the good old folks over at Scopely, and it gets you all on board to try to get that husbando or waifu on your crew. Who knows? Things have settled down. Maybe Mae Young and the Fabulous Moolah show up. The possibilities are endless here. The possibilities are endless here. And just think, NWO, D-Generation X, all of them were inducted into the Hall of Fame. The same goes for the Four Horsemen. Possibilities there. The possibilities are there, but there's only one way to find out. So until next time, y'all, continue to enjoy this MLC. Do what you can, where you can. And mad love always and forevermore to each and every single one of you, my beloved #champions fam. Until next time, stay tuned. Peace!